Off we go. And I immediately managed to spot the fact that I was able to listen to myself immediately. That is a good way of checking. Even though you can't see on the flipping black screens. But yeah. Right, so welcome back to another episode, or I guess another streaming Twitch episode of thingy of JC Life. And so for this one, I'm gonna have to do a little setup real quick. So let's head over to the settings of the Meta Horizon menu. Let's see. We should head to probably the power. So I guess general power. I'm gonna need to see if I could turn this one off. Probably not, but like we can do something else. Let's say display off. I'm gonna set that one to 4 hours. Restart headset. I'm sleep mode. I'm gonna also set it to 4 hours for both of them. Now let's see what else I need to deal with. Just to be safe before we jump in. We probably don't need the 120 Hz refresh rate. And that should be pretty good. Now, from the setup, I actually had done something pretty good. Something that would be really good. First was this or this. No, it was not that. I actually I need to clear my throat for this. Anyway, so from let's say the first time when we streamed Cave Crave, when we done Devil's Gut, I was sitting, and that is sedentary stuff. I hit my Logitech G29 racing wheel quite a handful of times. At one point, I just asked, "How many times did I just hit my racing wheel already?" And that's clearly what I was about to say. But when we did the Nutty Putty stream, which was a standalone one, by the way, this was a test stream. This one actually had another one where I was actually standing up, and it went really well. So I think I'm gonna evolve a little further, take another step for this one. So for this one, since this is likely going to be even longer than I expected, I am definitely going to have to use another approach. So to try to get around this, I can try to see if I can feed a cable. In this case, I can try to see if I could play and stream while it's charging. So I ended up feeding a cable through my back, or in this case, through my suit, and then connect that to my Elite strap with battery. You could definitely hear that, can you? One more time. Where is it? I can't even find it. I'm just hoping this works. Now my gaming chair is moved out of the way. Although I just realized that I may be stuck in one position for quite a long time, and I can't really move too much. So I can't really get off that area too much, or else the cable might end up disconnecting me, or in this case, will cause damage. Which is fine. I have plenty of cables. I just hope that that 1 meter extender doesn't break. Although I could try to make it a little bit better. Let's see what else I could try. Maybe see turn down the brightness and maybe use battery save as well. Right, I think that should be good. So let's grab our controllers, and so we have here our planning. This is as usual the Crave stream, except for this time we will be going through. We will be trying to progress as much as we can. The first 3 caves will be pretty simple. The 4th one, which we actually have done before, but we'll also do again. And then we will also try to complete the 5th cave, which is Moss Lump. Maybe the 6th cave, Grand Mole, and then number 7, the new one called the Slide. Now for this one, I get to have some support. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a controller check. Gonna have to slowly move my body around. And yeah, I'm spotting somewhere here that I could possibly hit. But if I went for here, that should be, like this should be fairly manageable. As long as I keep myself in that position, I should be okay. Now, of course, this one is gonna be stupid because I still have quite found a way to capture the Twitch chat directly into the flipping headset, which I can show you like this. So let's say this would be the position. If I want to look at the chat, I will have to look behind me like this and awkwardly look through the nose to the chat. While I'm at it, I can go ahead and do one last check before I start. I could go ahead and send a message to the Discord server just to be safe. Right, back onto the Twitch app. And I do have a failsafe, I think. Oh wait, never mind, I don't have a failsafe. Whatever. I'm wasting time at this point. Let's just get this over with. Into Cave Crave. The hell? Oh yeah, I forgot to turn this off. Now this is not another room scale. Once again, setting the boundary from room scale. Can I set this? Thank you. Setting the boundary from room scale to stationary again. Right. We are here at the official version. Just gonna do a quick show proofing, of course. See, official. At the Meta Oculus Quest 2 1.1.0/456. This one's because we actually got some pretty new stuff. But let's start with chapter 1. Baby steps. Now I'm gonna remain silent as we listen to the audio.
A tape. 13 years with no message, and he leaves me a tape on the bottom of some goddamn cave. Great comeback, Dad. Just great.
Right, let's see. Press the menu button to open the tablet. Okay, objective says, here you can find current mission objectives. Press menu button again to close the tablet. There actually has been some pretty good changes on this version as well, such as the division. It's been categorized for these. We have general settings, controller settings, movement settings. Automatic exhale is probably what I'm not really gonna feel like using. And the rotation type will be smooth, obviously. For controller, haptic feedback, we will definitely turn on the haptic feedback. And what do I have here? Backup pack DLC for $8.99? I should buy this. I really hope, although I'm really hoping that this one, I honestly really hope that Meta is cautious enough to hide or, just prevent you from showing information because I don't want anyone to see this at all. This should be good. Do I even have enough in just to make sure? Will we be paying with PayPal? Yes. Consumer right of withdrawal notice, which, if you don't know, is by confirming and you agree that the content will be immediately downloaded. You will also acknowledge just that you will thereby lose any statutory right of withdrawal. Let's confirm that. That's something also pretty important for when you try to make a purchase but you forgot to unlock your card, then the transaction is not gonna go through. It's a pretty much a safety net. In this case, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure the transaction has been occurred just in case. There you go. And then I can go ahead and safely lock it again. DLC successfully purchased. Thank you for your support. Let's have a look at what we have. We're gonna go ahead and equip the backers for all of them to see how well it will look on our performance or the streaming. There's the water sampler seems to be very good though. And the carabiner too. I don't need to get this one back into the Twitch chat. I already wasted 3 minutes. Tap left stick to change body position, crouch / stand. That already know. And then we'll go ahead and press grip. And I should probably clarify, or not really clarify, I should probably warn, this is going to have somebody new in the town. Let's go hear it.
Jake, you're here. That's my boy. Listen now. Grab my old headlamp from the back of the chamber, and we'll soon light this whole situation up. I promise. And this time, it's for real.
It's for real. It's the new American voice actor of Jake Collins' dad. And Jake also had a new voice that we also noticed in a cutscene too. I don't know if anybody caught that. Right.
Right. Touch your head now. When you'll see a small white circle, hold the trigger and move your hand back and forth to adjust the light beam. I can't really ask you for patience, but please bear with me. You'll find out why we're here soon enough. How we get to the answer is what really matters. For now, we just need to get to the second cave exit.
So let's go ahead and get through this as we usually would.
You can also grab the floor and pull yourself. Haven't forgotten how, hmm?
Nope. Definitely have never forgotten about this one at all. How would I ever forget? This game is really a special one. It actually hit 110,000 cables. Over 110,000 copies have been sold.
Okay, now comes the tricky part. Hold both triggers to exhale and grip the floor to pull yourself into the tunnel. Crawl quickly, or your chest will expand and you'll get stuck.
And then says, yeah, press hold both triggers. I'm gonna go ahead and do one intentional death just in case, which goes like this.
Remember to keep both triggers pressed to the end of the narrowing.
Alright. Now we're just gonna go ahead and just get through this one as usual. New exhale sound, just noticed.
Good job, son. Managing your breath is key to getting through safely, whether you're underground or in a family meeting, for example.
In a family meeting, for example. That's a good excuse. Now I should probably see how it was like with automatic exhale. This is pretty much forced in tourist mode case, and it goes like this. So in this case, I just don't have to use the triggers. It's an automatic timer. Can I still manually do the inhaling thing? Nope. That was close. I guess we should never pause while crawling through these tight passages, or else our chest would have ended up expanded. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn this one back off though. That would just hinder. That would just be cheating of the gameplay. Now I think Jake Hollins will go through this one again, so let's hear it.
If you wanted to kill me, you could just leave us with no money. As you did, Dad. No need to drag me down through all this mud.
That pause before the mud, and of course that one has been changed too. In fact, everything has been changed, all except for one, and I'm not gonna spoil it yet. Rip.
Breathe in, breathe out. Peaceful mind is your biggest asset while caving. And if that fails you, well, there's always a hammer.
Ah,
I left one in the chamber up ahead. Go and get it.
very conveniently placed right here.
Use the hammer control to take it out or put it back. Go ahead and use it to clear those stalagmites. We're practically there.
Use the hammer controls. Wait, sorry. Use the hammer control, and the thing froze again. But yeah, use the hammer control. Are you kidding me? Last time I checked, it said press A to pull it out or put it back. And oh wow, the hammer looks really cool. Really cave theming. Really suits the style of Really suits the style of the cave. That sudden, I don't know what that kind of sound effect was. I also checked the Discord server, the official 3R Games Discord server. Oh yeah, I should silence here.
First step done. I'm actually kind of proud of you, son. To get
I'm not
out,
your son.
just grab the rope and confirm finishing this one. Step 2 is not far from here.
I'm not your son, Dad. And it says press grip up there. Yeah, 100%. That's pretty obvious because this is actually a one-way cave. There are no branching paths, of course. Mammoth Cave stretches over 426 miles of map tunnels, huh? Every mile is 1.6 kilometers, isn't it? So if 5 miles was 8 kilometers, 16, 32. I'm just gonna assume it's over 700 kilometers. Anyway, now it's time for yeah, the fact. First, the description. People say you need to be the size of a baby to squeeze through some tight spots there. And here's the trivia. Mud caves are formed by the erosion of soft, clay-rich soils. Water from rainstorms or flooding carves out tunnels and chambers, creating intricate underground networks. This process can happen surprisingly quickly, sometimes forming caves in just a few decades. Maybe it should also form this in a few centuries, or maybe even in a millennia. A millennia would be like 1,000 years or something. Here we have Silt Squeeze next. Chapter 2, Tools Up. A popular spot for group caving, famous for resolving many family conflicts. So say those who survived. So say those who survived, huh? And now we're learning about Gouffre Burger from France. And now
I'm
listening.
kinda proud. Huh. And I'm kinda wondering what on earth I was even thinking getting myself here. Luckily, the second cave was just a few hundred meters away.
I'll teach you more about your tools in this cave. Go past the narrowing for now.
Alrighty. We still remember this one. We're still gonna take our time, but I feel like for Devil's Gut, it's gonna be a bit tricky. Those are still equally as tight as ever. Right.
Look on your right. You can draw with chalk on these boulders. Marking your way could save you from getting lost in the vast web of tunnels. If you don't like what you draw, just erase it with your hand. When you're ready, proceed further.
I'm gonna try to see if I can get a little bit more creative. Nah, that's inappropriate. Maybe like this. Just a simple triangle. Yeah. A nice sharp triangle. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Two triangles, and that shows me a pretty good path. I feel like this is a very good, logically appropriate stuff. And look, what were called again? Stalagmites? Because as we all know, in the cutscenes, stalagmites. And according to when I was listening to my own stream, which this is gonna be pretty. Oh god, this one is surprisingly tough to break. This one just doesn't want to break. Let's try the other ones. Oh, that one breaks fairly easily. Get that one out. Man, it's feeling like Fruit Ninja. Oh, it just broke. Nice. So, if you're wondering, I was importing my Nutty Putty. No, I was importing my Devil's Gut stream to Notebook LM, and there went the deep dive. and and from what I listened to the hosts, they said that I refused to call them stalactites. No, that I refused to call them stalagmites or stalactites. I mean, can't blame them. It just seems to be the issue with, let's say, the subtitles, captions, all those kinds of dumb stuff that YouTube just seems to be having. It's such a problem with YouTube, or in this case, captions in general. Every time we try to talk, it's just not accurate even in the slightest.
Roaming through the mud will get you all dirty, you know. See your gloves? You have to keep
Oh
them
wow.
pristine, not to get slippery. Use your cleaning tool to scrub the dirt off them.
Press X. Right. Wow, okay. This is definitely surprisingly noticeable. And these gloves, after fully restoring them with that scraper, I can tell this is definitely really good. I'm liking this. I'm really liking those Baka DLC gloves. Now we got pitons. And unlike the stalagmites, stalactites, or I guess even stalagmites, these ones are definitely climbing pitons. You probably you don't even have to judge me in the first place though. Just saying. Alright, here's the piton.
Ready for the climb? Take out a piton and drive it firmly into the wall. Grab it and pull yourself. Then repeat.
Then repeat. B or Y. Now the B will be on the right controller, while the Y is on the left. So right controller, press the B button. Then this left controller, the Y button. And there's something really good about this one. There has been a change on this one. These ones don't require as much force anymore. So, in this case, we don't have to go aggressively like this. I hope I don't hit anything. Ah, good. I was just near the shelf. Where is it? Right here. But did not hit it.
I knew you had it in you. Now, go to the next chamber.
I knew that was such a good timing. Swear to God, how timing that was. And of course, I have changed the batteries. Finally. The GP rechargeable batteries have run out of power or energy. We got 4 circle bars on both controllers. And we got the power owl. The power owl. Right, I think I still remember this one though. The infrared part.
Your headlamp has infrared mode, which highlights some objects but drains the battery faster. You can track battery life on your watch. Reach over your head, turn on infrared, and look for highlighted objects.
It still drains the timer twice as fast, equally. Runs the timer at 200% speed. Here we have 1. It did not even... Ah. Ugh.
Collect 3 fossil samples.
Already had 3. Let's just collect another one just in case.
Alrighty, we're done here, Jake. Find the second exit and leave the cave.
Second exit, no problem. I should be able to remember exactly where I went. The first path will go to the right. Can I just get through this? I was literally stuck at that passage. Alright, for this one it would be also to the right and then immediately to the left. Since I played this game quite enough times, I don't really need to make my mark with those chalks and crayons. Imagine you would be able to use crayons in the cave, that would be pretty good. But then at the same time I just realized vandalism. Now for a little bit of a break. I feel like I could just let go of the controllers. I have the straps on, so they will just be dangling. Now I just grab a bottle of iced tea that I actually have right close to me. This one has been closed, so this gets no damages. So I'm just gonna have to take a sip directly while the headset is on. Ugh. It's a bit strange having to drink tea from a bottle while having the headset on our head, but that's how it usually would like to work. And it's not really an embarrassing aspect. No, I feel like for this one I probably will need a moment of sedentary. Can I reach? Yeah, I can. I can actually reach and grab my. I can actually just pull my chair I'm gonna have to take a little seat just to be safe. But luckily for me, because I am still, because of the fact that I am still at the pretty much almost the same location. Did did my did I just feel? I just felt the cable just disconnected. The cable disconnected itself from the 1 meter extender. That's okay for me. It doesn't have to go through my suit anyway. Just has to be outside of it. And I'll go ahead and also loosen just very slightly. I don't know what on earth was causing it to somehow just randomly turn the headset off and cause the casting to shut itself off. Alright, let's go have a look at Silt Squeeze facts. The largest concentration of mud caves in the world is found in Anza Borrego Desert State Park in California, United States. There are over 20 known mud caves in this park alone, formed in ancient lakebed deposits, and many are still evolving due to erosion today. I can't help but notice how difficult it is to get to the Twitch chat to look behind me. Anyway, Red Reach time. This is the third chapter called Dead Talks. Sometimes dubbed as Romantic Cave due to its reddish colored walls. This twisted climb is the perfect place for a first date on the ground. I get this one. It's trying to look like a date cave. Don't you even think about making me do that Alice joke again when I did Nutty Buddy. But you know me. I am pretty much one thing that a challenger would always do. So when we get to Nutty Buddy, I might as well go ahead and do that Alice joke again. Actually, I'm just gonna do it right now, just to give you a quick spoiling reference. And this was in the Helmet Eater when Brandon Koala mentioned it was a date cave. And so, funny enough, this one actually had the birth canal. So in this case, I made the joke. So let's say I would marry Alice in the big room. She would. What was I about to say again? Ah, yeah. So in this case, I will bring Alice into the Nutty Putty cave, and we go into the birth canal. And at that moment, she would go into labor. The baby comes out of her birth canal and is born into the cave's birth canal. You get the joke? All right, let's just get this one over with. I'll go in more detail later, but now we already got that joke done.
Next spot was a bit of a drive. No mud this time, supposedly. Will I finally find out what's going on here?
I guess we'll soon find out. This one's a relatively short one. Hence 15 minutes. And this is also another very low bungee path, but for a second I thought, actually, you cannot drive a piton outside of that entrance area. But you can from here. Right about that, yeah. Right, anyway, let's get started.
We've got a bit of a climb ahead, so I can try to explain a few things. Your mom.
Hey!
I spotted her at a climbing club. She was good, but not really into caving.
Oh,
I talked
okay.
her into checking out this one spot, known for its cool vibe, and she said yes.
She said yes. In the older version of Cave Crave, when Ted was there. Ah, it's so difficult to look behind me with the damn chair. Anyway, in the older version, when Ted was there at the time, there was this. She said, pause. Yes. By pause, I mean he actually paused a little bit because I feel like there must be some, let's say, the sequencing of the voice acting hasn't been quite has been quite consistent, I believe. So in this case, and she said yes, and then the new one was like she said yes, just all straight on. I guess that definitely means the voice changes were done to balance the pacing and the inflection.
We were together for a few years. You came along, and we just kept moving. I was rarely home, constantly on cave research trips from the Institute, and really wore us down. May wanted stability, a guy with a harmless Sunday hobby. But for me, it wasn't just a hobby.
It wasn't just a hobby. I mean, that does make sense. Now I'm gonna take a shortcut for this one by going from the center instead of the left. Get out of here.
You see, the longer I spent in caves, the less I missed loud, complicated life above ground. Here, all the noise is inside you, and your life depends on whether you can handle it. The cave shows you who you really are. And after that, you might not get along with people on the surface.
I slipped, but recovered quickly.
I've explored many caves on assignments, but that was always work. Now I'm heading out with my friend Sam to visit every cave on the WCA list. I'll be recording myself so you can follow and maybe understand me a bit better. Before we took off, Sam and I started a little club. Your entry card is waiting for you on the rock in the next chamber. I'd be honored if you joined us.
And right in that honorary, we already completed the first half of the main story, which is nice. And here goes the game title.
Welcome to Cave Crave, Jake. So, you gonna follow in your messed up old man's footsteps? It's all up to you now.
Take it or leave it. I'm taking it. Usually there usually must be a final line from Jake. Let's see if I can remember. We finally agreed that I wasn't planning for this honestly, but maybe I might check a few more caves on your route. I think that's what it was. But it's kind of disappointing that this specific voice line from Jake has been removed. Everything has been changed, and this one has been removed. Come on, Peter. I also said his name wrong. It was definitely not Somares. In the last name, it was Somax. Now for the trivia. Red rocks typically get their color from iron oxides, such as hematite, which is abundant in Earth's crust. When iron minerals in rocks oxidize to form rust through exposure to oxygen and water, they'll become red, orange, or brown. The degree of oxidation determines the shade of red. Oxidizes especially the rusting, and that's I seem to have also noticed that you can actually turn rust back into iron. You just need a little bit of reverse psychology and chemicals and stuff. Now here is the one that I struggled with on the first test day stream. First test stream day, I should have said. The fourth chapter called Whispers in Devil's Gut. How many tubes lead to a human stomach? Two? And to the devil's stomach? Well, let me count. 3, 6, 46, 17? I don't know.
The Gut. First on Dad's list and famous for its first chamber. Many people end their trip there, as the Gut is also known for eating tourists alive. Yep, I'm sure about it.
Hi, Jake, it's Sam, the other half of Cave Crave team. Your dad caught a little cold and I left him sleeping in a tent, so it's just us now. Let's get to the details in the first chamber.
Still got 30 minutes, and this time, I am not being a stupid idiot as I did last time. I'm checking the tablet. Go to the chamber ahead. That should be easy. This is obviously the thing we do all the time.
Okay, here we are. Your job here is simple. Make your mark, literally using chalk. Just get to Whisperstone at the end of this cave and sign your name on it. That way, the next person who gets there will definitely notice you among the other pros. I don't really think you need this, but someone out there believes you do. We can't let them down, huh?
Can't them down, huh? Checking the tablet. Find the Whisper Stone. Now, I could have technically tried to climb like this, but the body is not designed like this. Okay, that definitely is not how you drive a piton. I drove a piton to an invisible area. Well, I mean, it is just technically on the rock, but it's not even touching the flipping rock. Let me just start all over again on this one. Oh, that's how it should have done. That's kind of a strange one. I never seen for a fact that this was actually ended up being afloat. A very good one for me to bring this attention to 3R games. Once I'm done with this one, we will see how this Polish game studio reacts to this. It's actually kind of funny though. Probably almost equally as funny as having the baby coming out of the birth canal from the case. Birth canal! I should stop at that point.
This cave is like a maze. I think I really need to mark my way on these boulders so I don't get totally lost.
Thanks for not even reminding me that you had another voice line, Jake. But yeah, this cave definitely is a maze. So in this case, we're gonna go ahead and do this little multitasking like I did before. So we're gonna do triangle, then left side triangle with one in the middle. Another triangle for the right path that does not look like a triangle. Yeah, triangle. I wanted this number 2. Let me see if I can tidy this up a little bit. That doesn't look the best, but yeah, that should do. Oh, I just touched my racing wheel for the first time ever. This reminds me that I should back up to be in a comfortable position of my chair. And it's a good thing that my finger touched the racing wheel. I did not hit it this time. I just felt it. Just touched it with my pointer finger. I feel like I shouldn't have done the number first before triangling. That does not look like a 2, but you know what? I don't care. We just need to get to the Whisper Stone and that's pretty much it.
Holy shit. Come on! Come on! Sweet mother. I'm like 2 years older now?
This voice line definitely has not been changed. It sounds just as terrified as usual. But this does ultimately tell me that we are definitely on the right track. Ironically that I was taking the path backwards. Maybe it's best for me if I made my mark like this from where I came from initially. That will bring it like a really good cycle simulation. You know, it's kind of like a singularity, or in this case, a pattern recognition simulation thingy. Where if we take a certain path, we could pretty much calculate the oddities of which path we would tend to be trusting more. And the fact that I am marking my path from the direction I came from, that definitely would have helped.
Approach the stone, Jake. See all the names? Some of these awesome folks are long gone now. We honor them by whispering their names. Make this custom yours. And when you're finished, make sure to write down your own name too, so it is written.
We got some of them that I find pretty good. We got ADI, I feel it. We got Adam, Matty, Patty, love it. The top Polska. Oh wait, that's Polish. And Future. Well, I guess Putrek. I guess that's how they signed it. And Simon, Chris, Margin, and I'm gonna sign mine. And I'm gonna have to make this again. As I said in my Double Scott stream, my signature is negligible.
Time for a little twist, son. The Whisperstone chamber is pretty dry, but most of the gut isn't. Chalk marks wash away super fast here, and unprepared folks can easily get lost. So make sure you find and mark all the boulders before you leave, for those who come after.
Do we still need to mark 12 boulders? We do! And we got 6 out of 12. Already a pretty good start. That allows us to keep on hunting within the next 22 minutes. This one's marked. It's just that it's the next thing we know, it just becomes a challenge of finding hide and seeking. Oh, now I notice. The ones on the ceiling. I'm so sorry, deep divers. Deep dive hosts. The fact that I called these ones on the ceiling stalagmites instead of stalactites. That kind of embarrasses me a little bit. Thank you very much, deep dive hosts from Google Notebook LM. Swear to God, if I never knew about the fact that I kept on calling them the wrong way, or I guess even refused to call them like this, I definitely realized how wrong I really was when calling them simply just stalagmites. I should have called them stalagmites or stalactites as I suggested, but wait, does this one still count? Hang on. Pull out the hammer. I wonder if this one still counts. It does. And if I erase this, it just retains. Just gonna mark this as number 7 though. And I think I came from this one, so triangle. This is a little bit complex for triangle. And there is actually one right near to this one as well. Oh, I already marked that one. Oh, that's a pretty good thing. It looked like I just realized I was heading directly to the Whisper Stone, and this large boulder actually indicated. That's actually part of the update. Actually, this large Whisper Stone actually has been made. Actually, has been said to hint it. It's more of a hint at this point, but you would still need to make the mark if you really want to complete this. And as far as I am already knowing from the last stream of the Devil's God stream, this one does not have 2 exits. I've just realized this. Let me see if I can. I'm just gonna have to get rid of the tip of that spike of the stalagmite. Ow! That really scared me a little bit from the fact that Jake was. It felt like he was in pain a little bit. Right, it came from above, so a vertical triangle. That marks as number 8. And we got stalagmites and stalactites. Hey, I'm learning. Is that a hammer? Oh, I thought I was pulling I thought I was pulling out the piton, but it was just a hammer. I should probably, maybe I should also try to see if I could still use the pitons as an indication. Triangle. 9. Alright, making very good progress already. Oh yes, number 10. Can I? Alright, triangle. And then I'm gonna mark the 10 as a Roman numeral with an X. Alright, I marked this one already. And that also indicates the fact that I cleared those stalagmites. So in this case, we will need to head into this direction. And let's try up there just to be absolutely sure. I'm starting to slip, so that definitely tells me I'm gonna have to clean. Scraper. 18 minutes flat remaining. I can look at the Twitch chat while I'm at it. None. No messages yet. Are they looking or something? Because I guess that's typically a normal thing. Ah, yeah. I could also... Can I get past through all these stalagmites I've cleared? Here's a fossil sample. We should collect those. I did realize that I already have 2 fossil samples as of now. My arms are feeling a very good burn and I love it. Just a drop down. Ah, yes. Triangle. And 11. Just one more and then we will just need to find the exit directly. Oh, I forgot this wasn't tight enough. Right, this is a good indication. I'll go ahead and see if I can drive a piton right here. But yeah, let's put them here. This will indicate our exit path. And then we'll just head down here. It's getting a little bit tight and my head is cooking again, but I love those deep pods. And look at that. A final boulder.
Perfect. Be careful on your way back to the exit, Jake.
It clearly says leave the cave. So in this case, we just have to traverse all the way back to the entrance we originally came from about 40 minutes ago. No, 30 minutes ago, sorry. I'm gonna have to use some pitons for this. Wait, do we even have a rope? Hang on. What am I grabbing? Oh, I was grabbing some more of that thing. Alright, just gonna have to use the pitons. It's a good thing that I don't have to use as much force because it really was getting tight here. But then as I descend, it opens up a lot more. And we'll safely, slowly and safely descend our way back down. That one wasn't driven properly. And look at that. Back down as if we came back from Earth. How do I want to draw this one to celebrate the victory of the first time attempt success? Let's just draw a smiley face. Maybe the chat kind of smiley face, which involves double colon D. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to draw this one. So you got eyes, little nose, and then an open mouth smile. We'll go ahead and give some not so negligible looking teeth. And look at that. A beautiful smiley face. Love it. Love the smiley face on my case. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh yeah, we got another boulder. That one was 13, so let's just mark this one as number 14 then. I'm gonna go ahead and draw one more smiley face because we got time. The nose, open mouth smiley, some negligible teeth. Could probably try to see if we could. Yeah, if we hold the. Yeah, it actually has a pretty good physics in, let's say, the thickness. If we draw using the tip, then it would be thin. If we draw it like this, let's say the side, then it will come out very thick. So in this case, it's pretty much how it was back in kindergarten when we were using crayons. The sharp side usually is a lot more detailed than the not so sharp side. That's why you would typically use a pencil sharpener in schools, and then you get to have a pretty precise math number. Let's check on our battery. We might be able to clear this. The Vietnam is a huge Boeing 747 could fly through it, huh? Let's go ahead and have a look at the trivia of Devil's Gut. In the US alone, the total number of caving incidents over a 28-year period from 1986 to 2005, hey, that's my birth year, ranged from 23 to 64 annually. Studies found that 54% of rescued cavers were due to becoming lost or stranded. On to Muslim. Human Radar is the chapter name. Also known as Green Hole or Green Hell for some, is a living, seemingly endless maze, expanding simultaneously in multiple directions. It says seemingly endless maze. That does not sound good. The Orm can live over 100 years and survive up to 10 years without food. We can only survive up to 3 days without food.
I've made my mark in the gut, and the World Caving Association got in touch. Now I'm officially a junior spelunker. Sweet. But they had no
Yes.
tasks for me at the moment, so I figured I'd go check out the next number on the list, the Green Hall. Sounds like a breeze.
And it is. That I completed all these 4Ks so quickly.
Welcome to Green Hall, Jake.
Muslim.
Feeling that sour smell? That's because of a special type of moss that grows only here. It makes moss lump a favorite cave for botanists and cave life researchers like me and maybe you, son. Let's head to the main chamber now, but beware, there's a nasty twist ahead.
What do you mean, Dad? In-game dad. I'm not meaning my actual dad. And good thing for me, how long has it been in streaming? It's been over an hour and it hasn't disconnected. Looks like my settings changing from earlier pays off after all, and I guess I could look back at the stream chat. There's still no messages in the chat. What on earth is going on there? Either nobody is watching, or maybe they are just lurking and I don't even notice. Despite the fact that I set the flipping category to just chatting, because it's one of the most followed categories on Twitch. Can Amazon please explain to me what on earth is going on with the Twitch legislations? Legislations. Algorithm is what I should have said. Ah, whatever. I don't care. As long as I stream with passion and don't beg for followers, that's all that matters. Especially for like a few years ago when I actually stopped begging for YouTube subscriptions. Just doing my usual stuff, you know? Now we need to go to the main chamber and the dead end. That is indeed a dead end. On the right, we need to go down to the main chamber. Alrighty.
Isn't it beautiful? This particular species of moss reacts to light. Reduce your headlamp beam and shine it on the moss for a moment.
Oh.
You should see it glow. The first time we came here, Sam didn't want to leave. We were here doing research back then. Rumor has it the cave might be way bigger than what's accessible now. We even tried checking it out with GPR, that's ground-penetrating radar, but all the moisture messed things up. You see, water is a very good conductor of electricity, which causes strong absorption of the radar signal, so it was never possible to fully explore it.
You definitely are not wrong. But you do have missed one little detail. Water on its own isn't really necessarily conductive. If you add salt to it, or even soap, or even if the water is hot, then it would be pretty conductive, as far as I know from electrical analysis. And oh wow, these guys really do glow. These mosses. Okay, looks like these ones they actually do remind me of something pretty similar. Has anyone ever had one of those glow in the dark toys? I actually have a cast diecast like this. You would use your flashlight, shine on them, and it will charge. That would be, I guess that's chemiluminescence. Yeah, I think it's chemiluminescence or bioluminescence. I forgot what kind of luminescence it was, but it's something to relate with lumens. Oh, I forgot to check the tablet again. I'll do it after this one. Find a new way down the cave. Wait, a new way down? Oh god. That might not be good, but it gave us 45 minutes. Let's go reduce the beam a little bit more and try to see how, like, when we shine our light to this Mars. Oh, wow. That green glow actually looks pretty beautiful. Might as well put that in my studio. For the dead. You know, it's kind of funny when I don't know why I ended up screaming dead end like this. It was like some sort of a throat screaming. When it's kind of like throat singing, and then this kind of a similarity, and just I guess that's how my voice ended up coming up. Dead. Where's my hands? I need pitons. Thank you. I'm a junior caver. Thank you very much. It's not something pretty similar to how Overwatch would be like. And oh yeah, I just realized this one. Another update I've just found. Full damage. Oh wow, even this shines when I shine them directly. That really is a strong indicator. It raises it up. Full damage death for the first time. Oh, how am I supposed to get back up there? Oh, damn it. Really had me do all this all over again, huh? Alrighty then. But this time I came prepared. Pitons! You know what? I'm gonna have to make this. Let's make a strange entrance. And for my next preparation trick... Pitons! That's not how you use the pitons! What I wanted was almost out of stamina. I should probably just... That was surprisingly close. I was almost close to falling with too much velocity. Now, where was that thingy? There was that entrance. And I believe this is where it came down there. Damn it. On the bright side, I feel like I might be able to find new paths, especially. What is this? Is that grass? Is that grass ceiling? Ow. Oh, I hit my disinfectant button. Maybe I should have paid more attention on the vertical side. Oh, damn it. There needs to be another path there. Maybe there was something I missed earlier. Oh, I just realized I reached the top. Alright, I'm gonna have to use the pitons to climb back down instead of doing that. Maybe I could use these pitons as a pretty good indicator. Although I did seem to have noticed that this one still might have limited amount of it. I better use those wisely then. That's getting tight again. Ah, look at that! We just discovered another... Dun. Why did I fall for this? Maybe if I had a water sample over there, though, I could probably sample that thing. I just fell for the trick. This is really a maze. Where the hell did it came from again? This... Oh. Maybe there must have been something I missed when I went through this path. Nope. It's continuing to get tight in there. At least in my headset, the pressure is starting to get a little bit uncomfy. Can I just cheat like this? Oh no, I cannot. Oh, I really shouldn't have spun with the eyes open. That would give us quite a lot of motion sickness. It's kind of a little bit of a strange thing to see the fact that sometimes the hidden path come up from behind. And not directly from the front. Although a good thing for me, we don't really need to complete this cave. And considering we don't have much time, I feel like we will probably stay there for like 10 minutes maximum. Yeah, I think that's good enough for this one. So turning on the boundary. And for this one, I'll need a little bit of a setup change. My phone is getting very hot. Been in a wireless charger for quite a while, so. But apparently that did not seem to help. Oh man! It really is that difficult when you're having to deal with everything, huh? I guess I should have. I think it's time to go for setup B. I actually have a higher wattage charger. Wait, what on earth is new on the new thing? I don't spot anything new on my server. Right. Now time for the change. And that change is a bit different than you will think. We're gonna be using the I'm gonna try to use the charger that came from my Chromebook. That one will be more than about 50 watts, I believe. Don't don't put me back in the game just yet. Hey, don't put me back in the game. I need to make sure I'm able to see everything. I have to find the optimal thing. Maybe perhaps this is good. But now there is a problem. Now in the new location, because the fact that the Chromebook charger is also on my desk. Oh, I'm gonna have to deal with the risk of hitting my wheel again. Oh no. I'm not taking the risk that. Disconnected, I just felt it. Come on. Can I get closer? Oh. Alright, screw it. I'm fretting. I'm gonna have to do some wizard stuff. Some kind of wizard craft. Holy moly. This cable just keeps on resisting. There you go. It's starting to get off. Get off! Get off here! Is this cable stuck or something? Ugh. What the hell is wrong with this cable? Huh? Wow, shoot! I didn't even realize. The table was squeezing that thing. Right, I moved the table back a little bit. Hopefully it's enough. Yeah! Now back in you go. Now I should have a lot more freedom. Now that this one is no longer limited. Right, now as quickly as we can, screw the fastener back on and plug this in. Rim. But I'm actually going to feel smart tonight. I am not even daring to try to risk my racing wheel. It's still a bit not that comfy, but yeah, this should work. Just a quick mixture. I'll check back on this one after a moment. So yeah, let's go ahead, just head back to the menu. And seems like this is where I just realized that we're not gonna be able to complete Grandmore at that point. So we're gonna head straight to the slide. The 7th chapter called Clean as Memories. Sledding is fun, but you know what's better? Sliding down a dark tunnel where you can't see the end. Right.
All that climbing at the maw really wore me out. So I checked Dad's list for something lazier, and sliding sounds good.
Alright, the first objective is to go deeper into the cave.
Remember the snow at our old place, Jake? Sledding down the hill behind the house? Well, we did miss a few Christmases. But the slide will definitely make up for the sledding part. It's one of my and Sam's favorites. Go ahead.
Alright, let's go take a sliding. Whee! Ow!
Whoa, what's with all this trash down here? Looks like I'm the one who's gonna clean it up.
Looks like I am going to be the one who will clean it. We got what do we have here? Cola soda. It's just an empty can of Coca-Cola. Alright, the objective says collect garbage, 1 out of 10. So the cola soda can was one of them. And then we have a plastic cup. That one would really be a damaging aspect from littering in the cave. Just like our rescue of
Sam
Koala.
isn't here today. He's attending the ceremony for his son Mike joining the army. Mike's a bit older than you, but I have a feeling you'd get along well. Anyways, Sam himself is a decorated veteran, and when his time came, he was smart enough to build a life outside the military, too.
So what kind of military was he building? Maybe a WCA military? Or maybe a WCM, World Caving Military. That would be a cool thing. Alright, next trash. What do we have? Crush Blood Orange.
What kind of person litters a place like this?
I have exactly the same question as you, Jake. Quite literally. And emotionally, too. Still have a strange problem with the nose. I don't know why I just felt sliding. Right, hammer. Yeah. Gotta clear those stalagmites. Actually, I could just probably do this. There you go. I just caught a grip on it. Out of the way, these stalagmite pieces. Ugh. Right. Ah, come on. We're just gonna pick it up. So the fourth litter we just picked up was a water bottle. What the hell did I just do with that coffee cup? Oh, I really hope I didn't lose it. Oh, there it is. Just in the water. The dirty water. Oh, okay, there is a plastic coffee mug. Cup. Already half of them collected and the cave is being cleaned. I guess we can... Ow! I guess that was all from the first part. Now on to the main path. I can already picture this. If I were to climb back down, which I definitely can, then, oh god, these ones are definitely not going to stop me. I could give it a try though, but first I have to clear those stalactites above and the stalagmites from the bottom. And now we're gonna go ahead and climb back to the entrance. And I guess we'll see what happens. Alright, it's sliding time, boys and girls. Oh my god, it's so fast! Out the way, stalactites! Ah! Maybe I should have used a piton in the end. Right. Oh, just. I guess I could have done that. I just locked the pit on. Right. Oh. Oh no! You're not making me slide down. Oh. I'm gonna be very careful. Ah! And it still wasn't careful enough. Alright, grabbing the piton. Oh! Oh! I'm I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm just gonna descend using the pitons the old way. This is surprisingly high, and it definitely is a death cave. Another soda can. This looks like Red Bull. What do we have?
It's not that hard to take your trash back with you, you know.
I think it was Color Pinto or something. I did not even get the chance to read it before being interrupted. Anyway, some more stalagmite clearing. And down into the cave we go. 182 feet. Oh god, this is gonna be dangerous at sliding. Ah! Oh. Oh, I like the swinging of the hammer. That whoosh sound. Seems like some of these stalactites or stalagmites, stagmites. I'm forgetting again. Some of these, I'm just gonna refer to them as spikes at that point. So these get spikes. Some of them may have been a lot more tougher than the others, but that have been pretty thin. Club soda. I'll be taking that. It's already okay. We have 3 more garbages to go, and then I believe 22 minutes. Alright, and then I believe that might be the only objective, and then we would need to head back up to the cave entrance. Since it looks like starting from the Devil's Gut at that point. Moving forward to Devil's Gut, it would then only have one entrance and not
When
one
Sam
exit.
and I were kids, spelunking was just for
This
fun.
is dangerous!
No plans, no gear, just curiosity and scraped knees. The slide was our first and favorite cave, since we were small enough to squeeze between the stalagmites. Getting here meant a long, expensive bus ride, but Sam always managed to convince the driver it was super important. Well, it still is, right?
Kind of. And now I'm just kind of stuck at the specified thing. Can I don't know why I could get a grip on this one.
When Sam and I reconnected recently and got back into caving, it turned out he had real survival experience, which only added value to our travel plan. He also just sold his company and was dying of boredom. This trip is a perfect escape, back to a childhood dream we both shared. I'm not even pretending it's anything else. But having a passion and a friend to share it with, that's priceless, son.
And now into another pile of stalagmites. I have butterfingers. Let me pick you up. We have a bottle of lemonade.
Now, enough with the memories. When you're done enjoying this beautiful natural playground, there's a second exit, deeper in the yellow part of the cave. Our rope should still be there, so no backtracking this time.
Still have the objective of collecting garbage. We only have 2 more left. Within 19 minutes. 20 minutes. What did I hit? I just hit one of my disassembled units. It was a Wii console that was disassembled, and oh wow, that actually would have hurt if I slammed it with force. That would have caused me to bleed. More clearing. So apparently our dad told us that there would be a second exit. Usually there's only one exit. I just stated like a few minutes before that was said, but apparently there's another. Deeper in it. Why is this water red? Seriously, why is this one red? Cola soda. Jeez, this part of the cave actually is red. I guess he wasn't wrong. There are colored parts of the cave. Oh, hello there. We got. Oh wow, the rope. Oh. Ah, the despawning mechanic of the rope. Very convenient. The carabiner in this case just simply disappeared. 216 feet deep down already? It's gonna be quite a pain getting back up though. It's like we're just traveling down a human anatomy, but the human anatomy is the cave itself. Ah, there's the final garbage. It's... You better let me read it this time. Collator. Right.
All right. Think I cleared most of the trash.
Apparently it's not over yet because there's a flipping tuna can. Collect all trash or leave the cave.
Oh, you might come across a bottle or a can. I bet local kids still visit the cave. Sometimes water washes the litter down to the bottom. A big part of being a caver is picking up after others. This place is a gift from nature, and it shouldn't carry a single trace of human presence.
And get this, there was another one on the same chamber. Oh wow, that's a lot of spiked stalagmite. What did I hit this time? The same Wii remote console. That's the second time, but thankfully for me, it's not as severe as the racing wheel. That one usually would be fairly fragile. Alright, I feel like I have enough of looking at garbage in the cave. Just having to clear all those garbages in the cave just makes me sick to my stomach. Where's the exit? Oh, there it is. Conveniently marked. That heartbeat was getting quite fast. I had a good purchase on this. Why can't I just get a good purchase on it always? Oh, and yeah, looks like I just made contact with my closet. Funny enough, the closet was actually the first one I hit when I first played this game. Oh wow. So I was wrong. Caves don't necessarily have always one exit. Let's go clear this, and it's finished. So let's go ahead and have a look at the trivia of the slide. Clay caves, like famous Mammoth Cave. Wait, no, let me try again. Clay caves, like the famous Mammoth Cave, are notoriously slippery because clay holds moisture far longer than sand or gravel, creating a thin, muddy film that works like grease or oil, especially on deeper slopes. It works like a grease on your car, or I guess slippery soap on the floor, or in this case, even motor oil. So while I may not be able to, may not have completed these chapters, 1 hour 34 minutes into the streaming. That's 95 minutes. It looks like it's time. Let's go check on the system real quick. It does kind of work, but still does not slow. It actually slowed down a little bit. So yeah, I feel like we might be able to do this. All right, on we go. The good old Nutty Putty. And as a reference, let's go watch the make. Actually, let's go ahead and head back to the upcoming part because we got multiplayer. Let's go have a look at that video.
What are you doing? No, no.
You've got
no.
something in the eye.
Ah!
Ja z góry będę, was nagrywał.
That guy's hard like me.
We have an
To the right.
obstacle here.
I could definitely imagine vandalism.
Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Ah, yes!
Come on, man.
Nutty Putty multiplayer mode! Can you imagine? Have a bunch of teens just going through the Nutty Putty, and they will definitely be terrified when it goes to the birth canal, and they will suddenly be getting stuck. Getting absolutely stuck as if it was never. Oh yes! It gave me the control. The flash drive was changed back to the right controller once it came in contact with my racing wheel again. And then Tam Luang. That sounds tight. Some places are remembered, but cannot be understood from the outside.
Unsworth, a British caver of over 50 years. I live here in Mae Sai, Chiang Rai, northern Thailand, and I was deeply involved in the Tam Luang cave rescue back in 2018. I hope you enjoy the journey.
Hello, my name is Rue Walters. I'm a specialist in the 3D visualization of caves around the world, including the Tam Luang cave in northern Thailand.
VR tour of Tam Luang coming to Cave Crave? Yes! Alright, let's see if the racing wheel can bring back the flashlight thing again. How on earth did it just not... Ah, that's not what I wanted. Why does it switch for some reason? I don't understand. Anyway, back there, tourist mode, and let's go ahead and now have a look at the making of just for a clear reference.
Since announcing the game recreation of Nutty Putty, we've gotten many questions about how closely the map matches the real cave. So here's how we built it, and why you can trust its accuracy. We brought in Brandon Kowallis, who had been there many times. An experienced explorer, cartographer, photographer, rescuer, and the author of the cave's official map, reproduced in the game. He provided all the data we needed to nail the details. We also used publicly available photos, first-hand accounts, and documents describing both the layout and the feel of the cave. We even tuned the moisture visible in your flashlight beam to heighten realism. Now the cave's yours to explore. Unlike the base game, You can't die here, and your flashlight never runs out. Enjoy the tour.
And here's the description. Nutty Putty Cave in Utah, USA was permanently closed in 2009, following the tragic accident of John Edward Jones. Using the cave map and additional information provided by good old Brandon Corwallis, a rescuer who took part in the 2009 events, we have digitally recreated the game as faithfully as possible. And Brandon, our good old friend of this cave, is our voice guide. And of course, we heard Ted in the making of video. Excellent, huh? Let's begin this one. Let's go meet our friend, Brandon Kowallis, our cave friend.
Welcome, adventurer. I'm Brandon, and I'll be your voice guide through the Nutty Putty Cave. Alongside this narration, you'll find 10 audio tapes scattered throughout the cave, one for each unique section. Collect them all to uncover the full story of this remarkable place.
Oh geez, I'm so high up there. And oh yeah, we already begin with 1% on the watch. And that is a pretty interesting thing. And for anyone that missed the stream of us exploring just another Nutty Putty Cave, we actually went through this. Let's take a look at the map for reference. Thank you, in-game message of entrance. We started at the entrance, went through the maze, the big room, and then we also went through the crack. Then we went back, went through the big slide as normal. I actually tried to carry the flashlight on and the US coin back there to the entrance, but that did not quite work. And then we made it back to the entrance, and then it was showing 99% at the time of finish. So then I had this strange idea of trying to exit the cave from where we usually descended. It's usually 143 feet deep. So I tried to climb, getting out of this from the hole. And I wonder if I can recreate. I wonder if I can actually do this one again. Like we cannot put pitons there. And then I don't seem to remember how I did it, but I think this is how far I was able to go. I think I was able to reach about to 138 feet, and then that's where the percentage counted, one extra percentage, and then right at that point we got the 100. And that's actually been put as a highlight on my YouTube shorts. And the full vault of the Nutty Putty Cave has also been uploaded there. It will be uploaded immediately. Well, I usually immediately export my Twitch streams to YouTube once I'm finished. Now, let's see. Settings. In the general settings, there includes the voice subtitles. We don't really need that one anymore. But for those that actually do, we'll go ahead and keep them on for you. So now at the moment as we approach the first tape, side A, we're at 2%. Let's go listen to the entrance.
As you already know, Nutty Putty Cave is located west of Utah Lake in Utah County, United States. Despite its big reputation, the cave isn't actually that large. The total mapped length is about 1,355 to 1,400 feet, with a depth of roughly 145 feet. From this point, the cave splits into two routes. We can head left to enter the maze, or go right toward the famous Big Slide. For the full experience, I recommend starting on the left. Let's go there now.
So, I really hope I was able to mentally recall it.
Look at your watch. The percentage shows how much of the cave you've already explored. Remember, you can rewind or pause the audio guide at any time using the tablet or the menu, which opens by pressing and holding the right stick. Hold it now and try adjusting the audio by touching the on-screen icons.
As I was saying, the dimension would be, I hope I got this one right. Metrical units, 413 by 430 meters and a depth of 44 meters. And we're actually gonna do the back side of the entrance pretty much immediately. This one gives us, I hit my closet. that's what I was thinking of. That gives us okay. I actually just joking myself at that point. That gives us, I just hit my closet. What's next? That gives us racing wheel collision. And I know that some people want me to say this again. How many times did I just hit my racing wheel already? I mean, seriously, come on. I'm so confused at that. But for the sake of this one, this intentional one, I'm gonna count it as one. And in the total count, it's only been done once. Just like Aunt Cass in Big Hero 6 would say, I feel like this is kind of stupid bringing up a Rule 34 video. Or in this case, we're featuring Aunt Cass in one of those creator videos. We're only gonna do this for you once. Or I guess even twice. Where's the wheel? We're only gonna do this for you twice. Right. On to the... What was it called again? Ah, the maze, right. And I'm gonna try to see if I could do my same strategies. Gonna go through pretty much all the nooks and crannies. I'm not even at the biggest light yet. And I'll also go ahead and trigger this. There you go. What's really funny is that I can actually just hold myself on there and yeah. We can actually bring the glove as far away from face as we want as long as we grip this, and it's kind of like a spy mission. I would like to challenge 3R Games to have such a incorporation. Mission Impossible Cave Crave Edition. Right. As far as we know, the superheated water particles that went from below instead of above on the cave. And here's the maze. Now it's time for audio time.
Here we are. This section of the passage is called the maze, and you'll soon see why. Sculpted by hot water in some unusual forms, it's given many adventurers their first taste of getting lost here. You see, Nutty Putty is a hydrothermal cave. Instead of being carved by rainwater seeping down, it formed through hydrothermal activity. Its origin is also hypogenic, meaning superheated, mineral-rich water rose from below and dissolved the rock from the inside out. Quite unusual compared to most limestone caves. Take a look and let's proceed further to the big room.
Pretty solid hypogenic stuff. All of the genetics and the logistics usually involve one way or another. Just like with my agility and awareness. Oftentimes we would need to adjust... Oftentimes we would need to give ourselves some adjustment in order to make sure we don't hit anything or anyone. especially for the fact that when I found out that my scooter's license plate was mounted on the rear fender on the right side instead of the left, I spotted that anomaly that it would be a stupidly big issue. You know, when I get, it's just I'm just gonna say this once, and I'm not gonna say it any further. When I got pulled over, I would imagine how bad it would be. 200 euros of a fine, maybe, when I get pulled over from the police because of the violation. And that's pretty much all I'm just gonna say. You're not gonna get my full story at this. I'm not even daring this. Anyway, the big room. This is definitely where I made the joke of bringing Alice. Like, I feel like I should recall this. I said, I'm gonna bring Alice into the big room. And yeah, I know you challenges are just getting very desperate for me to get Alice. Just saw the percentage go up. Did you see that? Went from 49 to 50. I think we might be able to get through this. So I guess we could go ahead and disconnect this thing now. The 99.50. So it's pretty good. Looks like we can go ahead and have that one disconnected, and I will have to make sure I adjust myself a little bit. I need to distribute the pressure somewhere else. And man, these gloves... Actually, I should probably scrub the dirt off them first. I did not expect the fact that I rarely scrub the dirt off them. I did not even scrub the dirt off them when I went through the Devil's Cut. Man, these ones are actually really good. And the pitons, absolutely beautiful. But first, actually, I'm gonna remain silent as I do this, and we'll go ahead and hear, once again, hear the beautiful voice of beautiful Brandon.
Welcome to the big room.
Thank you very much.
Compared to most cave sections, it feels open, tall, and almost comfortable. Many cavers pause here to catch their breath before moving on, so stay a while and listen. The cave was discovered in 1960 by a teenage caver named Dale Green, who went on to explore and document many caves in Utah. It's said Dale Green originally thought of calling it Silly Putty, but later decided Nutty Putty sounded better. Can't argue here. The cave takes its name from its soft clay-like texture made of silicon dioxide, the same mineral found in sand. As it formed upward through superheated water depositing calcite, other minerals were also left behind, creating a complex structure. That's why many passages are wet and filled with sticky clay, while in other places, the walls are made up of cherty limestone, sometimes coated with a thin layer of powdery calcite. Mind you, we're basically crawling through an entire semester's worth of physics and chemistry.
And as we went through this one, I took the moment to clear the big room pretty much immediately, and oh boy, looks like we're almost at that point. And considering the fact that I actually stopped the joke right here at that spot and probably didn't quite mention it at the birth canal, it's gonna be I'm gonna make sure that I remind myself that this will be a two-part process. Here goes part one, right after this tape.
The Helmet Eater. Why the name? Nutty Putty Cave became a favorite training ground for Boy Scouts, adventure groups, and college students, many of whom had their helmets bitten by its tight passages. The narrow, twisting tunnels offered just enough challenge that countless adventurers, including teens and scouts, squeezed in only to get stuck for hours, sometimes overnight, before being rescued. Thanks to its nearby location and the novelty of caving, it also earned a quirky reputation as a local date cave, where students would bring partners for a rugged outing. It's definitely harder to escape your date here. Well, all in all, these stories contributed to the cave's reputation as both an adventurous and somewhat hazardous place.
Here goes my part one. Because as we all recall, from even from let's say the when we just streamed the Nutty Putty Cave. But yeah, Brandon did say this is date cave. Nutty Putty literally being called a date cave, a datey putty. If I make a joke of myself, I will bring Alice to the Nutty Putty. We go through the entrance, then through the base, the big room. Sorry, and then we go to the helmet eater. I can imagine a day to be pretty difficult at the flippin' helmet eater, except for the fact that for some reason they definitely have not really quite they have not really quite tried to get up there as far as I should have said. But it looks like it turns out that the passage up there is also equally as tight as the one underneath. Let's go ahead and wear this hat. Oh wait, I forgot we cannot wear this. Let's just place it back then. That's the first joke. It's a bit shorter, but that's usually because I actually ended up accidentally revealing the entire thing. All in one go, just one single place. I'm definitely going to have to be saving this for last. Already a 37% exploration as we approach the crack. Hello, crack.
We're approaching the end of this section of the cave. Got yourself warmed up? Good. Perhaps it's due to its hydrothermal past. Temperatures inside Nutty Putty remain around 55 degrees Fahrenheit or 12.7 degrees Celsius year round. That may not seem very cold, but remember that movement through the cave is slow and the body has little chance to warm up through circulation. For caving, it's therefore recommended not only to have a helmet, flashlight, and sturdy boots, but also warm, preferably waterproof clothing. Once you feel you've seen everything here, let's head back to the entrance and explore the second part of the cave.
We finished this one with 41%, which is pretty good if you ask me. And gotta make sure I adjust myself properly. Let's see how fast we can get past all of this. It's kind of funny to imagine, just like in Germany, where the directional driving lane is always always on the right hand side. The caving for us is also on the right hand side. We went caving towards the crack from the right hand side, from the entrance to the crack, and now we're going from the crack back to the entrance, also from the right hand side. It's one of those things. We get used to those directional hand sides. Maybe I should see if I could head back to the. We actually have a 24/7 candy shop right near us. Maybe I could see if I could pick up some international sweets. That would be pretty delicious, actually, huh? Gotta make sure I got this one done. I will also need some percentages. And considering we're doing this in virtual reality, the body has a lot more opportunity to warm up. This is due to the cardiovascular endurance. If you ever played Beat Saber, probably know exactly what I mean. Playing on Expert Plus, you heat up a lot, and therefore you burn a lot. For a second I thought I was like, why on earth is it not generate? Oh wait, I was actually going through a similar path. Anyway, I almost forgot about this one too. Back into the entrance. And I need to lose my headset again. Ugh. It's my eyes are kind of getting a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, I'm still feeling pretty good. Nothing very painful, but it does kind of seems to be having some pressure. I guess the pressure from the headset when having it on for hours would have a lot of discomfort, let alone being able to stream for 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, we're not going to be that much longer at the cave anyway. Here goes the big slide time.
Feel like sliding? You're not alone. At the height of its popularity, the cave drew more than 5,000 visitors a year. So much traffic wore the rock smooth, and experts warned that a fatal accident was only a matter of time in one of its main features, a long 45-degree chamber known as the Big Slide, where we are right now. Those safety concerns, along with the growing damage caused by constant use, led to the cave's temporary closure in 2006. They're also the reason for the ladder you'll find at the end of this section. Be careful on your way down. You don't want to meet your end here, especially in a place meant for a very different kind of rebirth we'll soon discover.
One moment. And from here, it's now been 2 hours. Good thing to keep track of the timeline. And we can start sliding. And here we go! Yes! Hopefully it's not gonna kill me though when I get crushed down here. That was pretty good. And dropping down. It's kind of funny how just this small part ends up was like a full 2%. I'm probably feeling quite excited for the Tam Luang cave. That would make this the second real world cave, but unlike Nutty Putty, the first one that's not been permanently sealed. And also one of them that actually had 2 deaths. Spoiler alert. We actually had 2 deaths in Tam Luang and 1 death on this one. And the 2 deaths were from both former, I believe they were from 2 former Navy SEALs individuals. We had 13, 12, or even 13 individuals, and only 2 of them passed away. And the cave structure, as far as I also found, is not as huge in maze compared to this one. This one has plenty of branching paths, which makes it for a great exploration puzzle, but Tam Luang doesn't seem to have it. It seems to be more, I guess, more straight. It seems to have much less branching paths. Let's see if we can ride behind the thing. Well, we kind of can, but our chalk just disappears. And the chalk did not even penetrate through the thing. Oh well.
The corridor to the left leads to Ed's Push and the story of what happened there. The corridor to the right takes you to the threshold of one of the cave's most famous sections. Its name speaks for itself and has long been a magnet for many spelunkers who came here straight from the entrance. I believe there's little point in describing it further. This is something you'll simply have to experience. See you on the other side.
Traveling through Ed's Push, or for those originalities out there, Bob's Push. Where good old Ed's Push was named after Edward of John Edward Jones. Which we will find out the full name of this after this tape. Which actually is written Ed's Push. Bob Ed's Push.
We're approaching the site of John Jones' tragic accident. How did it happen? On November 24th, 2009, John Edward Jones became trapped in Nutty Putty Cave after entering a tight, uncharted passage that he mistakenly believed was part of the well-known birth canal route. Instead, he had crawled into an unmapped fissure that was far narrower than expected. The passage sloped downward and constricted as it went, forcing him headfirst into a nearly vertical section where his body became wedged. Entering headfirst made it nearly impossible for him to reverse or maneuver once he was stuck. Despite more than 24 hours of effort, rescuers were unable to free him as the combination of the cave's fragile geology, the limits of physics, and human endurance made extraction impossible. In the aftermath, authorities made the difficult decision to leave his body where it was and permanently seal the cave, rather than risk more lives in a recovery attempt.
Oh, there's my left glove. It kind of disappeared for a moment, but for some reason, even with that one just being out of sight, I just kind of was able to use it. Alright, it's descending! Yay! And that brings us, oh, we're already at 70%? And then we approach the area again. Final route and the resting place of John Edward Jones, who died tragically on November 25th, 2009. Let's go ahead and have a little look just in case. And yeah, they actually tried everything. We aren't able to access the final parts. Maybe about I feel like we're not going to be able to access the final few meters of the dead end. And that's for a simple reason. The avoiding of mortality, because as we all know, if they were to include that, then they would especially definitely be on kind of like a guilt. So by excluding this, by restricting, by just simply getting rid of the last few meters, just preventing us from getting there, they're definitely keeping the history appropriate and safe. On the good old, yeah, at this point, this is what I was actually waiting for this. A good thing I remembered, finally. Good thing I remembered. I'm definitely not hallucinating. I'm alright. Anyway. Here goes, huh? So, here goes, son. This is where we'll go. So, as we all know from Alice, my imaginary girlfriend, Alice, everyone's favorite imaginary girlfriend who was always wanted to have it named Alice or even Ashley. We would have this one entering the Nutty Putty Cave directly through the big slide. We go through there. We arrive at, let's say, either going left for Bob's Edwards push or the right, the birth canal. And this is where my joke comes to the place. So let's say this. The birth canal, thanks to its nearly vertical structure, is almost similar to how labor works. And as we, let's say, there's a really good thing, but unlike in a labor, we would as we would descend through the birth canal, we will come out head first. The baby comes out of her birth canal feet first. And here goes my joke. Well, I guess I actually had this one before, so if we had a baby, the baby comes out of the birth canal. Well, in this case, it will come out of her birth canal, and the birth canal is this birth canal. The case, Nutty Putty Caves is birth canal. So in this case, let's go do a quick summary again. So let's say we get married, she gets pregnant, we go to Nutty Putty Cave through the big slide, assuming that she is able to take that damage while we are at it. Then, as we approach there, in this exact location, if this gets timed perfectly, then she goes to the labor, the baby comes out of her birth canal and is born into the cave's birth canal. Yes, I nailed it. I really nailed this one. And I am definitely not regretting a single word about this one. I am such a genius. Oh yeah, man. I'm such a genius that made this silly joke again. That's the second time I made this joke, and it's even funnier than last time. I bet all of you are laughing about this one, and I am definitely laughing inside again. My living soul just can't touch. Ow! The silliness, and that silliness immediately got broken when I hit my racing wheel. For the second time! Still better than the Devil's Gut stream, though. And you know what's kind of funny? The fact that this already gives us pretty close to 80%. As it looks like we're approaching the Scout Eater. I bet that Scout Eater was pretty hungry for some Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. But what about what was it? What was it called again? I'm missing a word. Transgender Scouts. There you go. So much in that English anatomy that I keep on missing things. Already at 81%. We got the aorta crawl and the vein alley remaining. I'm probably gonna have to take a big chug of my tea after this.
Even before Jones's death and the permanent closure of the cave, there were many cases of people getting lost here, with Boy Scouts being perhaps the most frequently rescued group over the years. Some veterans recall that the early explorations were much more wild, muddy, improvised, and with little preparation. In later years, rules, managed access, and safety protocols were introduced to prevent accidents and protect the cave from littering. Tired and panicked visitors had sometimes abandoned helmets, clothing, dead batteries, and other items, things that not only spoiled the sense of exploration, but in the dark, wet passages could cause dangerous accidents. The guiding rule in Nutty Putty was simple: never squeeze into a place you might not be able to get back out of. Here, you can squeeze through anywhere. If you feel stuck, try moving your head in line with your hands to push forward or back out.
Or in this case, we would have to move our head all over the place. The aorta crawl is a lot more tighter than I was originally expecting when I first explored this cave on the street. I'm literally just physically wiggling my head like a roller coaster. And good thing I'm able to look through the nose cutout of the facial interface, which is pretty important. I'm not even going to be trying to challenge myself to hit the racing wheel more than 10 times that I did in the Devil's Cut stream. But this one already seems to be getting me quite dizzy with this one because I had to wiggle myself, and that's so much worse. They're just twisting. Ah, my neck. Which actually feels pretty good, by the way. Where's my... I need to hurry up, though! Oh, thank God. The 91%, and I'm pretty sure... Alright. I'm gonna do a little betting at a point. If I still end up with 99% after this one, then I might as well travel to the 24/7 candy vending machine shop, and see what I could grab. I'll bet a maximum of $5, €5 for this one. Anyway, let's listen to Vein Alley. I'll drop the tape.
We're now traveling through Vein Alley, another biologically named section of the cave. Names like this, as well as the aorta crawl and the birth canal, are not merely metaphors for the vein-like network of winding passages. They also reflect the cave's unique ecosystem, which hosts an endemic fauna. Various insects and bats have specifically adapted to survive in these dark, narrow chambers, making Nutty Putty not only a remarkable geologic formation, but also a site of considerable biological interest. The alley has several branches. If you want to achieve a 100% exploration rating of the cave, try to visit them all. The Vein Alley marks the end of the right route through the cave. So when you feel you've had enough, you can make your way back to the entrance.
A quick moment on the pass through, because I will need to get that Chromebook charging cable. And I'm gonna use this to charge my phone at that point because it's starting to be low on energy. Although the cable just doesn't seem to be looking in so good condition because it just looks so twisted. That brings me to a major concern. That if this one ever breaks, we would have polarity issues. Alrighty. Right, we're ready to explore Vein Alley.
We're now
We know? Don't have to interrupt twice. Thank you very much, Koalas. I also thank you for reminding me that I need to scrape the gloves. Isn't it satisfying to scrubbing the dirt of the gloves? The left branch is pretty much the second longest, or I guess the first longest, in I guess the horizontal aspect. Which is why this one will actually have us the most. And in comparison to a red carabiner, oh, I did not even visit Grand Mall. Ah well. And that already brings us to what? What the hell? Already at 98? I was literally done exploring the first branch, and we're already at 98. Maybe it could be me, but I think the exploration radius have been extended a bit too much. Maybe. I guess we'll soon find out when we approach the second. When we go ahead and explore the second branch. I'll go ahead and keep track of my. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna have to change my bet thing. My bet then. If it hits 100 before I finish that final branch of, let's say that hole that goes down the final path where the U.S. coin is located. If that hits 100 at that point, then I'll do it.
Congratulations on your patience and attention. You've just uncovered 100% of the cave. Good job! If you enjoyed this VR tour of the Nutty Putty recreation and want to support the game's creators, please leave a review in the Meta Store and share Cave Crave with others. When they arrive here, they'll definitely appreciate it.
Ah, I guess I might as well go ahead and just grab €3 and just head to the candy shop at the end of the stream. Thank you, Wallace. Thank you very much, man. Let's see what this one was actually called, though. This one was titled. It's titled Completed. What's also pretty interesting is. Let's see, we have entrance, the maze, the big room, helmet eater, crack, big slide, birth canal, Ed's push, or Bob's push, aorta crawl, and vein alley, which we're here. For some reason, it says 0 out of 10 collected tapes, although we clearly collected them all, though. But it said 3 additional voiceovers, which I guess that's the one. The welcome, that's the welcome adventure from the beginning. We have the guide, that should be for the watch, and then completed. But we are still not quite done yet, man. we still have this branch and then that final branch, that vertical branch to explore. This is just to make up for this, just to be safe. It seems like the developer for your games definitely must have scaled up the range of the exploration radius a bit too much. It's a really good thing that Brandon Corvallis gave us a congratulations. And we will definitely be playing that audio tape again once we get back into the entrance. Here we'll go for the final branch of the cave. And we're not going to be doing the challenging part this time. Whoop, and then back out through the other side, or I guess the other path of the branch. There we will meet our good old US coin. You know what? I'm just gonna try this again. Maybe the increased pickup or range of the coin, or I guess we have a better grip now, might allow us to carry this coin. Although the biggest issues is gonna be the aorta crawl for sure. But maybe as long as I very gently, oops, that try to grab the coin with my left non-dominant. As long as I try to, oops. Okay, it's still there. And the increased pickup range actually helps us. Oh. Okay, if I drop this thing again. So far so good though. Let's see if we can get this coin out. I hit the coin bank. That's very fitting. I hit my coin bank with the left controller and holding a coin on the other. Right. Ooh, looks like we actually made more progress than I thought. But can we do this with the aorta crawl? Considering the fact that we cannot die here, let me seat this coin gently. I cannot die, so I guess we shouldn't worry about the heartbeat. It's just that we need to worry about the coin. But I'll still try to see if I can get through this as fast as I can. That's gonna require some speed, orientation, and I guess more importantly, but the fact that I have to do that, the fact that I've got to squeeze through these passages with just one hand is just stupid. But maybe it might end up giving us enough time. Three, two, oh. I think we were getting so close to the maximum speed of the heartbeat. We have been streaming for 2 hours and 22 minutes now. Ah, grab the coin again. Seems like I really need to worry more about grabbing the coin with my non-dominant hand than just losing the coin in a disappearing action. Disappearing in a disciplinary action. Fortunately for me, this one isn't really as big or long as expected. How do I safely get this down? Ouch. For this one, I feel like I'll grab the coin with my left hand again. For this one, I feel like we could technically drop the coin. I feel like I kind of want to drop the coin and just. Ah! Oh, we might be able to beat the coin on the other side. Oh, it's the rock. Continue on, my friend. Get out of the way, rock. There you go. The coin came out of the mother's birth canal. I just having to crack up a mom joke. And I could only crack up that mom joke because there is no suitable dad joke about the birth canal. I was about to say it comes out of your dad's birth canal, but that only applies to females, so sorry about that. I cannot really get that one done properly. You know what? I feel like the left hand might be better, so I'm gonna switch to this. Maybe the left hand, or I guess the right hand, might be a better substitute of having the duck climbing. Now, although it looks like I will have to see if I could throw the coin. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Let's try this. Did it land? Did it stick the landing up there? I guess we'll find out with the ladder. The fact that we still achieved 100%, it really shocks me that we achieved that 100 a lot earlier than expected. Well, at the same time, though, it just comes to show how updates affect things differently, and sometimes it just might be too little, or might also be too much. It may be too small, or even too big. Now this one's gonna be the. Now I feel like this one's gonna be the biggest challenge. Oh no 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 no! If we ever slip, then I guess that would be a pretty tough one. Not just getting the coin back, but also getting back up. Let's see if we can get through this first attempt, though. I really hope we don't have to spend so much time. And I'm literally holding my hand right up in the air, so that I don't end up accidentally grabbing the coin instead of the rocks. And so far so good. I feel like we're almost done. Oh yes! Oh yeah! Look at me go! A challenge that I usually did for this one. Might not be possible. No!
Congratulations on your patience and attention. You've just uncovered 100% of the cave. Good job. If you enjoyed this VR tour, you in the Meta Store and share Cave Crave with us.
And the audio tape played along. Oh no! We were so close! But now we're gonna have to find a coin again. Oh no. Hopefully it's not too far off. Oh good. I swear to God if we slip at that point. This is such a massive challenge. Off. Alright. We probably will need to scrub the dirt off the gloves first. So that way we might have a better chance. That satisfying part one more time. Come here, coin. Onto my left hand. And time to do some vertical holding again. So far I have not hit my racing wheel more than 3 times, which is great. Ugh, but this actually is quite terrifying. No 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 no! Place the coin here. Yes. Ugh. Big slide clear, and the coin is still with us. We only have a few more meters to go, and then that will be a double congratulations for me. This is such a stupid thing. Nobody came to celebrate my birthday. That came out yesterday at the time of the streaming of February 22, 2026, and today's the 21st or something. Oh, but there, look at this. Ooh, yes! Ooh, baby! We got the coin from Vane Alley all the way to the flipping entrance. How such a... There was another one at the entrance all along? Well, at least we have an extra change at that point. We now have 2 coins. Excellent. And they definitely both seem to be... I don't even know if these ones are dimes or quarters or nickels. I guess these are nickels. Or maybe even better, it could be just quarters. But I feel like nickels might be more sense because I feel like the Americans often have more nickels and quarters, or dimes, or just a dollar coin. Right, now let's go ahead and play the congratulations again. Let's go get ourselves congratulated by Brandon Kowalas, man.
With others. 700. We're now traveling through. Congratulations on your patience and attention. You've just uncovered 100% of the cave. Good job! If you enjoyed this VR tour of the Nutty Putty recreation and want to support the game's creators, please leave a review in the Meta Store and share Cave Crave with others. When they arrive here, they'll definitely appreciate it.
Ooh, yes! And the fact that we actually were able to uncover all 13 audio tapes, which this one says 10 out of 10 collected audio tapes, 0 out of 10 uncollected tapes, 3 out of 3 additional voiceovers. Absolutely amazing. Now we can exit back to the menu. The final fact, or I guess the cave, is this: the mobile cave in Romania be sealed up for over 5 million years, powered by sulfur-eating bacteria and not sunlight. So let's recap with what we've done on this very long stream of 2 hours and 30 minutes. We've done baby steps, silt squeeze, red reach, devil's gut. We attempted the muslimp and completed the slide, and more importantly, achieved a 100% exploration rate again on the Nutty Putty Cave, and even got ourselves congratulated by Brandon Kowalas, which I really deeply appreciated. How much energy did we have remaining at that point? 55 in the total, because 11% of the extended battery of the elite strap. Ugh, man, get this thing off me, man. Actually, I need to keep those on because it's just this 1 minute left. Right then. I guess I might as well go ahead and grab my wallet, grab about 3 or maybe 4 euros, and just gotta. But I do have to make sure that I prepare dinner first. Good thing for dinner, some McDonald's. McDonald's homemade fries and nuggets, because fast food chains are just so unhealthy. So I guess that definitely feels like a great good adventure. I guess now I can just lift this thing up. Oh, my face. It definitely is gonna be pretty red when I look in the mirror at that point. Ooh, man. Oh yeah, the tea. I need the tea! Excuse me. Yeah, this definitely was so much. This definitely was just more fun than I thought. In-game thought. Let's go turn on the. Let's go give you to the Horizon Central. I guess that definitely feels like a very good adventure. And so at this point, I feel like I should now just take a moment off, maybe try practice more finances. Yeah, oh god, that reward, that's gonna be something else. Man, it's been quite a long one for streaming on Twitch, and I hope you did it as well. This one will be shared on YouTube, and it's a pretty interesting how I mentioned the Notebook LM, which I also apologize that I ended up calling these stalagmites. I did not even call them stalagmites or stalactites for some reason, but now that I did, hopefully, I guess that probably would make you happy, and it probably would make me more geologically accurate. So I guess I feel like I'm gonna need to take a rest for now. So yeah, time to turn this thing off, man. So now just remember, a challenger. Wait, a challenger doesn't give up.